Welcome to our life, mothers. They're our first defense. They're our nurturer. What will we do without our mothers? So when we return, I will be introducing you to some awesome mothers and their daughters so they can tell us and give us a little glimpse into their journey of raising them from children to adulthood. So we'll be right back. And we're back, guys, and I have my first phenomenal mother sitting here with me, Miss Diane Patterson. Thank you for being here with me. And she has her awesome 4 daughters that are just, they have been, we just started and they are cutting up already. But I'm going to let each of them, I want each of them to introduce themselves, starting with the oldest to the youngest. So,
my name is Latoya Gowdy. I'm the oldest.
And how old are you?
I'm 40. I just turned 40 a few weeks ago.
It's okay. I'm 48. It's all right. I'm headed to 50. And who's next? Who's the second to oldest?
I'm second oldest, Latina Patterson. I am 35.
Okay.
I'm Lanisha Patterson. I am 31, getting ready to be 32 in 2 weeks.
And you the baby?
I am.
Oh, I'm a baby too. It's okay.
So we know we go through the same battle.
Yeah.
But I'm Lashawna Patterson, and I'm 27.
Okay.
Yes.
You have some phenomenal girls.
I do.
So before I get to you, because each of them have their own identities.
Mm-hmm.
So can each of you tell me a little bit about what each of you do? Because you all have your own identities. And the one back there, I didn't even know that was your daughter.
Yes.
I'm still amazed by that. I knew this was your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I didn't. So can whoever wants to go first and tell me what you do and a little bit about yourself.
Well, Mom, I am, I don't know, I'm a butterfly. I don't get, I'm just now starting to really come out of my shell of really knowing what I truly love to do authentically, but I've always loved to work with children, so I teach.
Okay.
I teach in preschool, I teach in elementary school right now. I have a passion for helping others, so I just started a nonprofit entitled Ahava 365. It's all about spreading love in several different ways, so I'm excited about that. I'm finally going to step out on faith and start a preschool of my own, because I love working with children, but I don't like the dynamics of the public school system, because there's certain dynamics that I want to be able to instill in the children, and you can't do that working with someone else or for someone else.
No.
So I'm ready to live out my passion.
And I've learned that because I've done educational shows before, so the public school system to me, and how I summed it up on one of my shows, it's about money. It's about money. When the educators sit and talk to me and told me how much money the school gets for special needs kids and stuff like that,
and that's what I work with.
Yeah, so it's money.
Right.
It's money. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Because they shy over there.
Oh, no.
No, they're not.
Right. They're not shy.
No, they're
I
not.
gave respect for I was trying to go forward again.
So, I own a creative networking agency. I Am Fly LLC, and I actually just started to mold it into exactly what it is, which is providing 6 different services to people with talent and people who own their own businesses. Graphic design, photography, videography, web design, and then we're teaming up with some audio engineers and people who make custom apparel. And the reason why I decided to branch off and provide those 6 services is because those are the 6 services that most people are going to need in order to make their dreams come true. You can't do it by yourself, or it'll be very, very difficult.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff that I had to learn on my own, I know a lot of people don't have the skills nor the time or maybe even the funds to figure out. So we're here, I Am Fly is here to team up with those people to help them have good quality at an affordable price while they're building their brand, their business, their talent. And then also starting to really push the apparel, positive affirmation, and hats and hoodies and stuff like that.
I will be calling you
Thank you.
because I'm about to open up, should be launching in May, the Our Life Media Clinic, where I'm teaching people to be on television from behind the camera,
Right.
behind the camera, in front of the camera, from picking your guests all the way down. And I'm going to call in people I know from time to time to do classes.
Oh, excellent.
Oh,
Different
nice.
things.
That's
So I will be, and definitely you two, these two, your 2 shy daughters.
We fooling on camera.
These 2 are the shy.
Take note of that.
But no, what's so funny is we're just so used to going in order, so it's always
You
oldest
know,
to youngest or youngest to
respecting-
oldest.
we
Yeah,
just
we
respect
just
each
always
other,
done
yeah.
that. We've always done
wow.
that.
It just makes it easy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you next.
Okay. Okay. By day, I am a scientist. I'm a medical research scientist. I'm going to school right now at the University of Texas Medical Branch. I'm getting my PhD in cell biology. So hopefully I'll be graduating in the fall.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
So yeah, and then by night I do entertainment as well. So I have my own company along with 3 of my friends, and it's Throwed Off Entertainment. So we're actors and actresses, and actress, I should say. It's just me, the only female. We do comedy, but we also do dramas, suspense, action. We pretty much do everything. And we also have the production side to our company as well. So like my sister Latina said, we do photography, videography, graphic design, logos,
I'll be
flyers,
calling you too.
everything. Yeah, everything under the sun. We do all that. We film commercials, music videos, short films. We're getting ready to do our first full feature film we've been writing. So we got a lot going on, and we kind of just taking off as well. So Throw It Off Entertainment, y'all look for that.
Rolled off. Well, last but not least, I'm Shauna. Oh goodness, I do a few things. So I'm in school for fashion design. Just switched my major actually. Also, I'm a model coach. So, but I want to say more so like a model mentor. So I help mentor young women and even older women to become role models, not just a model, because everyone's a model. Anyone can take a photo in front of a camera.
Yeah.
But it's about really building yourself up and becoming this amazing role model or public figure for the public, you know, and just kind of teach them how to be confident, teach them how to be their authentic selves, and don't try to find identity through everyone else, because of the battles that I went through when I was modeling. So I still model. I just have put it to a halt. So now I'm just pouring into other people who want to model. And I'm also a pre-licensed real estate agent. So
She gonna help me get my house
way,
though,
child.
when I'm ready.
Yeah. But yes, so as far as my modeling agency, it's called Bold Agency, and that's really my baby right there. That's that's my everything, because I just love to help people and I love to pour into people, and I love modeling.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Now we're gonna get back to Mama.
Oh,
we
goodness.
done came back to we done came back to you. You are an educator, executive producer, playwright, author. You work with CPS, but bottom line, you're a mom.
Yeah.
Right.
Bottom line,
That's
you're a
my
mom.
favorite title.
What made you go into education, of all things?
I've always been passionate about education.
And we see that's where she probably got that from.
Right. I had a preschool in Wisconsin for 26 years, so my children were immersed into the business. It was really a family business. And but as far back as I can remember, I've loved education. I'm a nerd at heart. I love reading. I love educating. I love teaching. I'm passionate about it. When I opened up my preschool in Wisconsin, that was something I was very disappointed in the public school system, the Milwaukee public school system, and the children that were coming into my daycare and my preschool, they weren't at the level that they should have been, and I decided I wanted to do something about it. So I created programs that really help them excel in education and prepare them to be college ready.
Yeah.
You know, even though because that's where it starts. See, people don't understand it doesn't start in 6th grade. It starts
when they're little.
When they're little.
Yeah.
So you implant those seeds early, and then the rest takes. You know, it evolves from there.
It should. If you have some good parents that are being parents and not trying to be friends and homies and all that kind of stuff. So let's see. These girls here are amazing.
They are. I'm
But
blessed.
let's see.
Woo!
What would you say is one of your disappointing moments with your daughters?
You know what? I can, and people are going to think I'm just saying this, but I can honestly tell you I have none.
Did you whip them?
No.
You didn't whip them?
Well, that was more their dad's role, but there was one.
Your baby girl, yeah.
Yeah, that thing over there.
That's why I was
Wait a
like,
minute, I got a couple.
I was waiting. Like,
she got about two.
one.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Listen, I must have
got
popped
two.
her something because I've never whooped this child. I don't know what she's talking about.
I did get a whoopee, y'all.
No, she didn't.
Yes, I did.
She lying.
I got
And
one.
Toya, did you get any from me? Maybe a
I
couple.
just got beat up when I was.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I beat her up when she was
I was
17, 18. I beat her up. Not really, like,
Not
you know,
really.
but I roughed her up a little bit.
So
'cause
you
she
can't
was
say
tripping.
I wasn't. I
She
didn't
was
get a
tripping over a
whooping.
boyfriend. I had to bring her back in
Yeah.
because she was tripping.
yeah, she's throwing us across the house.
Yeah, not no.
So, yeah.
Let's just put it
Did
out
I
there.
throw you too? I know I threw this one.
she
I
did.
slid across the-
Wait a minute.
I just want y'all to know.
Don't worry about
She used to be a football player back in the
Wait.
day.
I work for CPS, y'all.
Wait a minute. Did she really throw y'all across the house?
I slid them across the house. It was a slide.
Get out my way.
Wait a minute. And you worked with CBS?
Not back then, I didn't. No, not back then.
You know what?
First of all, more of these kids need whoopings. Okay. That's why we're great.
Look how they turned out.
They turned out very well. What would you say is your proudest moment
Oh my
for
gosh.
each of them?
Literally, for each one.
Or you have just one whole proudest moment with them, or what would you?
It's crazy because with all of them, I have so many. We would never get out of here.
Yeah.
My daughters have been. I said I wasn't gonna cry.
You did, and you cry. We gonna get you some napkins.
They're my foundation, and they've never wavered in being committed
You gonna make me.
to being their best version of who they are.
Yeah.
You know, and we've had our struggles. You know, it hasn't been a perfect journey, but the beauty of it is the imperfections is to me what makes it so perfect, because I always believed as a parent to be very vulnerable and transparent with my children, and their father was the rock. So with that balance, I think, is would help them to be the incredible women that they are. But they always make me proud. I can honestly tell you that there's just not. There have been times when I wish they made different decisions. Yeah, I can't say that I haven't had those moments.
Because they have to. We
Yeah.
all have to grow up on
But
our
I
own.
have to let them,
Yeah.
because what I know from my own journey is those adversities, those moments of brokenness, is what made me the woman I am today. And I am very proud of the woman I've grown to be. So if that's my journey, my trials, my tribulations, my falls got me here, then I have to allow my children to do the same. And I can tell you that they have never disappointed me. I've always been very proud of their resilience. I've always been proud of their resilience.
Okay. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break. And when we return, we'll continue this conversation with my mother, Miss Diana, and her phenomenal daughter. So we'll be right back. back now, and we got a little emotional with Ms. Diane talking about her lovely daughters. But we're going to keep it moving. What is the number one key lesson that you taught your girls?
You know, there's so many, but I think there's a couple. But the number one, I think is just to be who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to show up in the world authentically, unapologetically, being who you are. You owe nothing to anyone but God.
Yep. That is
That's it.
that is so very true. So for your daughters, what have each of you learned from your mother?
Ooh. I would say strength. I don't think any of us know anything but that because of her. We've seen her like through the trenches and get back up and with very little help. You know what I mean? The strength that she showed us to never give up, no matter what you've been through, and just learning with her book. You know, she would tell us certain stories when we were younger about her childhood, but when she wrote her book, that made us look into that a little bit more and see, you know, what she really went through, and to see what she went through from back to childhood and where she is now in that entire journey, and she's still standing, and she's so great. She's so amazing. I love my mom. I love telling people who my mom is. You know, I think that's the one thing I can say we all got from her is strength.
Any one of you want to add on to that?
Strength is definitely one of the keys. And just her ability, her resilience to me just allowed me to know that we can bounce back from anything, like she was saying, so, and come back harder and stronger and more phenomenal, like, and not have any regrets, you know, not feel sorry, you know, because we've all been through something, but it's like, what are you going to do with it, though? You know, you can feel sorry for yourself and stay low or take that thing
and reverse it.
So her resilience and just the ability to just continue to climb and elevate with nothing but herself, really. You know, you would think she has us, but it was her that allowed her to be who she is, you know what I mean? So I just, her resilience, her strength.
Okay, I would say I learned courage from her, because I mean it takes courage just to show up, period, and be your authentic self. So I just know anytime I went through anything, she just always pretty much would sum any of her advice up to pretty much have courage, whether that's courage to be yourself, courage to leave a situation, courage to let someone go, courage to take a risk and and follow your dreams. It was just courage. So my mom has always been a courageous woman because she's always made very bold moves. I've never seen her make like a small move. It was always like from here to over there, you know what I mean? So I definitely see that in all of us, and just like she said, the resilience, definitely learned that from my mother. And she actually witnessed a point where I was very resilient, and I think it was a wonderful experience for her to experience when I was going on a cruise. But so I would just say courage, man. Like, that is my number one thing that I always say to myself every day, and the only affirmation I say to myself every day is, I am courageous and I will be courageous, you know, so.
Yeah. And then everything my sister said, as well as you are your greatest resource, meaning that understanding that we each have whatever it is within us to make things happen. So I kind of go about life with that message and trying to exude that energy to people that I know, my friends, people that I come across where I kind of see that they have a gift and they may or may not be tapping into it. So I'm really, really big on understanding who I am and my gifts, and doing what I can to not only utilize them, but also encourage other people and assisting them to display their gifts. So I think that my parents always were about that. You know, if you're going to do something, don't halfway do it.
Do it all the way.
So yeah, do it all the way. And so I'm really big on focus and concentration, and that's how she does. She'll get in the zone, and she'll say she's gonna do something, and she's a woman of her word, and that's what I really admire about her, as well as when she does tap into whatever it is that she's doing, she really gives her all. So I look for that feeling in to tap into that zone with the different things that I do, so she definitely led by example.
Y'all, where do you get your strength from? Where do you
My
get your strength
mother.
from? Your mother?
My mother, yes. Far back as I can remember, if anyone that's read my book knows it wasn't always the closest relationship, but I always admired her strength. I mean, she's just truly the strongest woman I've ever known was my mom, seriously. Because she went through a lot. And to hear, after she passed away, learning more about her childhood made me love her that much more, because it explained a lot of missing pieces for me, that there were things that I needed answered when she was going through her cancer and, her transition. I didn't want to make it about me.
Yeah.
I didn't want to ask those questions. I just felt like I needed to just find peace within myself. And I knew somehow God would bring that peace to me.
Yeah.
And the more I'm learning as I talk to our family about the experiences she had as a child, it really helps me understand, wow, that woman was so strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, have you guys always been close? Have a close relationship
I mean, I think so.
as siblings?
I think we all go through what any other family would go through, but I know the love always stood out. Like the love is very strong in this family, but of course we'll have our little whatever disagreements. Exactly, you have your disagreements, but we're very
I lived
close.
away for some years.
Yeah.
And honestly, I went through a time where I wasn't really in close contact with my sisters. And I know that life made it to where as I was brought back, because they are my best friends as far as friends go, so we did go through a time where we weren't really talking on a regular basis, didn't really see each other on a regular basis, and of course no love lost. It was just everyone kind of off on their journey, especially me. But it got to a point where I was like, I needed them, and I understood that I needed some real, true love, people who, pray for me, cry with me, all of that. So it seems like, I think, a few years back is when I kind of came back around, and we already, even from long distance, was starting to gravitate and talk on the phone more and things like that, family text threads and stuff like that, And so been definitely working on that, building that bond and getting stronger and stronger every day.
See, I admire your sisterhood, because I don't have that.
Okay.
I have siblings.
Yeah.
I'm one of 7.
Yeah.
I'm the baby.
Wow.
Oh yeah, right.
But the gap in the age difference, because the sister before me, we're 13 years apart.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I think now they realize that I'm actually an adult.
Yeah.
Because I think before they
Sis. We need to go for lunch.
They're worse than I am about her.
yeah,
That
I think
wasn't nice.
they just realize that I'm an adult.
Yeah. I gotta tell this one moment where us three were actually living together one time.
Lord.
For one moment.
Oh, Lord.
And I have to
Don't
tell
bring
this.
that
So we were living together, and my little sister is eating a hot dog. She's coming in from work. She's quickly eating a hot dog. And this sister here goes, Shauna, be careful, don't choke. I said, girl, she is about 35 years old. How you gonna tell her not to choke on a hot dog? Like, she is grown.
But she was eating fast, right? I got you.
Even to add on to that, I was walking up the stairs. She told me to be careful. Ma'am, I've been walking up and down stairs for years. I'm fine. I'm fine.
It's just something about
The baby.
It's something about
It's something
me.
about
like
the
with
baby.
me being the oldest. I feel
am-
like I had something to do with her care.
Yeah.
Helping change
Well, my
diapers.
siblings took care of me
Yes.
as well, but then
Yes.
once I grew up and started talking, I don't think they liked me too much anymore. Then they noticed the difference of how I had sleepovers and I can have friends and I can hang out all night,
She did get
and
that.
they could not do
She
any
got
of
away
that.
with a lot more. All right, guys.
So I did say I had something in store for you all.
Okay.
So we're gonna see how good you know your mother.
Okay.
Before I
knew this.
Before I give you the last question and we close out this segment. So my first question to you girls, let's see how well they know you. Don't cheat.
Okay.
You said right by me.
Okay.
What is your mom's top pet peeve? They all saying ooh.
Junkie house.
Junkie house. She doesn't
Junkie
like.
house. Yeah,
she
she
doesn't
likes
like things
everything
that are
in
not
order.
clean.
It has to be like
Like if it's like this, I'm gonna move it
Yeah.
like that.
Like even her
So you
refrigerator
like me.
has to be in order.
Every-
Like
Yeah.
my
Oh,
refrigerator.
see, I'm like that too.
Ooh, girl.
Closet is color
Everything.
coordinated and all that stuff.
Everything.
So you were right because she did say a nasty house.
Yeah.
She said nasty house. So what is your mom's favorite song?
it's a Stevie Wonder song.
Is it she lovely? Is it?
No.
It's not Stevie Wonder. Am I thinking too far back?
Probably.
Jazz?
I told
'Cause you
her.
know she
I
does
told
the
her
jazz.
this
No.
might be hard. For y'all.
Yeah, don't tell them
I'm
what
not
you
gonna
told
say
me.
anything.
But it is not Stevie Wonder.
Now if you
Is it
said
Michael
genre,
Jackson?
I'm going with jazz right away. But
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
listen to
genre,
jazz.
Yeah,
so
if she said
Jazz.
genre, jazz would have been
Jazz,
but she
yeah,
didn't say
but-
genre. She
Right.
said song.
I don't know.
Y'all don't know this?
Michael
What?
Jackson?
You
She
said
liked the
Mike.
Michael Jackson record.
No.
She bought it for her.
It ain't Michael or Stevie.
What?
And they look like what?
When you hear the answer, you gonna go, oh.
What, that Tony
So
Braxton?
yo,
Aretha Franklin.
No.
Oh.
I mean
Anita
Anita
Baker?
Baker. I didn't mean to say.
okay, so
Aretha
Anita
Franklin,
Baker was one of the
going- sorry.
answers.
Okay,
Anita
Yeah.
Baker. I
good.
said Aretha
Good
Franklin. I was
job.
thinking
I
Anita
said
Baker.
all Because I was things gonna Anita say Baker. that.
And then
Yeah,
she
I do
has
Anita
another
Baker.
one called "Find a Way."
Find My Way, the new song
Find-
that we
Find My
for the
Way.
play.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my favorite song.
I don't even
But
know that
she
lady's
did-
name.
Samantha James.
Samantha.
I knew it
James.
had to be
Anita
Anita Baker.
Baker. So the last
Yeah.
question: if your mom could have any one thing in the world, what would it be?
For us all to be happy. I know.
You talking about material wise?
Anything.
Oh.
If she could have any one thing in the
I would
world,
think it was.
What
something
would
like
it
that.
be?
I would say her mother.
I think it would bring my father back, or maybe like have a last conversation with him or something, or it would like rekindle their love. I
your
would think
children kind of know you.
it-
She did say your dad and her mom.
Yeah.
She did say, she did say both of those. Oh, don't cry. So the last question, and all of you can answer. What are some words of encouragement would you have for other mothers, for you, and then for daughters that are not seeing eye to eye with their moms? Because I'm kind of the answer you gave for your mom. If I could have my mom back, my mom passed away 6 months ago. So if I could have her back and be able to call her, so, yeah, I probably would want that too, because it's a different thing when they're not here. So
Yes.
what would you girls say to other daughters that don't see eye to eye with their mom, or take their mom as something casual? That-
You only to get one.
That
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
That's
only
the
get,
bottom
you
line.
only get
Yeah.
one, and I think for me at least, I was always, ever since a little girl, I was always very cognizant of that I only get one mother because her mother passed a month before I was born. So I always had this appreciation for my parents and understanding that they're not always going to be here because her mom was only 37. So I even went through a period of time as she started to get closer and closer to 37. I'm like,
Your mom was only 37 years
yeah.
old?
Yeah. So I think I kind of wanted her to be healthy and different things like that, and really on her case about high blood pressure and stress and stuff, and would just do things to kind of take away from whatever, because I don't have children. So even as an adult, I would try to cater to her. We all do. But, you know, just making sure that she's all right, because at the end of the day, we try our best to understand who she is and where she's come from, so we can understand her reaction to us, as well as looking at the road that she took and the different way, the pretty much the path that she's paid for us. So just appreciating whatever your mother has done or is going through, and understanding her as a human being, and understanding that she's not always going to be perfect. You know,
because nobody's perfect.
Right, exactly. But you can hopefully have some conversations, even if it might get uncomfortable, to strengthen your bond to continue to move forward together, because when she's gone, you're going to have to know how she pushed through, what she did, how she thinks, and where you get certain things from, you know what I mean? And you understand yourself a lot better too.
Yeah, and as I grew up, I understood why I like purses so much and all that kind of, and just saw little things that I was like, oh, I could get that from her. I get that from my grandparents. So yeah, I do.
You can't. I mean, you can't heal the hurt unless you go to the foundation and find where the hurt is. So there is something about whether it's your mother or your father where you don't have that good relationship, you have to go back and try to heal it. Like she said, uncomfortable conversations. There's conversations that we've had to have with our mother, and it's been tears. Maybe have to take a day or two.
You was thrown against the
slid across the floor. Don't worry about it. I'm still alive. I'm a scientist now. The slid did something to me, but but just having those uncomfortable conversation and really hearing each other out and understanding where each other is coming from. You're not always going to agree, but you have to have that understanding. And I think once we got there, that is what makes us all so close, because of that, just understanding each other in that manner.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say forgiveness is the key to freedom. So, I think that in order for you to really just free yourself and to be your full authentic self, you have to go get your healing. You got to go pluck that root, of what's holding you back. And I mean, my mom is my everything. So my advice to sons and mothers, daughters and mothers, is to just get your healing, forgive, and push forward, because it really will change your life. I mean, me and my mom, we have weekly conversations. I make sure I spend some time with her literally almost every other day, if not every day. And if there's something that she doesn't really like about me, she'll tell me. And then something I don't like about her, I'll tell her. But I'd rather get it out now than for it to possibly, of course, no time soon, something random to happen to her. And then I'm like, dang, I really wanted to get this out, because sometimes that one thing that you really need to get out, that's the very thing that could really help you. That answer that you needed from your mother or your father, that could have really helped you. So I just say forgive and free yourself.
And I would say just seeing her.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm the mama sometimes. Like, the way I love her, the way I love her is just like, just looking out for her, and then like, even if because sometimes I was like, that little girl coming out of mama sometimes, she act up with my brat. It's like brat in there. Like, there you go, But it feels good because I can love her through it, and I just see my mom. I see her. You can say you see somebody, no, I see her to the core, especially as we're grown and now we're living together, which I think this was a healing thing for us, living together, because, it may not be forever that we live together, but I know it's bringing a lot of healing and things like that. But it's, taking the time to see your parents, see your mom, really know, like Tina said, why she is the way she is. And, everything happens for a reason. And she is the way she is for a reason, and just embracing it. Embracing it.
Exactly.
And that's mom. That's who she is. So this is what God gave us. You know what I mean? So we appreciate it, and we love it, and we embrace it, and then, not complain, not want to change it, because some people wish they had a mother like this. Or, you know what I mean? You just, so don't try to, just embrace who she is, see her, see your mother, and just love on her, because you never know, enjoy the memories that are being created every single day.
And one thing I always say to my mom too is, I just want to get to know you as the woman at this point. Woman, not just my mother. Because I think when literally the brain sees this and then they see that, I just want to get to know the mother. I mean, the woman at this point. You know what I mean?
Especially since we're adults.
Yeah, because we put so many duties and rules and responsibilities on a mother. Now it's like, well, now let me just allow you and tell you that you can be your authentic self, and I just want to get to know you as a woman.
Because it helps you understand.
It helps you understand yourself.
Yeah, it does. What would you say to mothers?
The greatest gift that God gave any parent is a child. And you really don't try to dictate their path. it's dangerous because God gave each of them their own unique purpose. And it's no right of ours to interfere with that. So just love them and meet them where they are and let them evolve into who they want to be. And let go, because I was a control freak. I had a lot of reasons for it.
Yeah.
But I was a control freak. And still now I struggle with it. But let them go. Let them go. And it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress, and it's hard. But really, see them, and just like my daughter said, I tell them, and be present in their life.
Yeah, most definitely.
Be present, because you do not get those moments back. Once they're gone, they're gone.
You do not
Be
get them
so present. There's so many times in my children's childhood where we're sitting around on the holidays laughing about times. I was doing so many things, being a businesswoman, and I wasn't immersed into being present in my children's lives. And it hurts to hear some of those memories where I was in the room and I have no recollection.
Yeah.
And I'm so present. I don't miss anything now. I'm so present.
Yeah.
So be present.
That's most important. Well, I want to thank all of you for being here with me.
Thanks for having us.
I'm going to call it all y'all for a couple things. Call it all y'all for a couple things.
Yeah.
But give us your social media and information, a little bit of information on your book before we close out this segment.
My book is Everything Grows in the Valley, a story of redemption and learning to embrace life's adversities. You can purchase, my book is available on Amazon. However, they take half my money. So I would rather you buy it on my website at dmplife.com. And thanks to my daughter, all my social media handles are now DMP Life at DMP Life. So yeah, she hooked me up because I could never remember them except for Twitter. Twitter's at DMP Life 7 because somebody stole my handle, but that's okay. All right. Yeah.
I want to thank all of you guys again for being here with me today. I had to kick off this pre-Mother's Day show that we're doing. But when we return, I will be in my home studio and I will be talking to my phenomenal life coach, Miss Calhoun out of Virginia. So we'll be right back.
Do you have less than perfect credit? Are you getting denied for loans and credit cards? Well, contact us today for your free consultation and learn the secrets of financial freedom. We can help with late payments, collections, judgments, bankruptcies, will, trust, and more. We get results. Let us help you. For more information, contact Nikki Ferguson at 281-788-9462.
All right, guys, we're back in my home studio, and I want you to help me welcome my awesome life coach all the way from Virginia, Miss Calhoun. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here with me today. I need to get you in Houston to get you in the studio.
Absolutely.
With me today. So we're going to jump into this and get started. So tell me, what's the number one thing that inspired you to become a life coach in 2018? Because I listen to my girlfriend's issues on a weekly basis. And to do that as a profession, you have to be a special person.
Well, you know, I started coaching in the financial piece in 2018 and then transitioned into life coaching and mindset coaching in 2019, 2020, because I did a lot of the same thing that you're talking about. I listened to people, and I've been doing that for years, for decades. And so I wanted to bring it into a more professional atmosphere and really help people, guide them along their path of being their authentic self, really finding out what their purpose is.
So tell me something. Was it easier to coach people financially or being a mindset life coach? What's easy? Because financial is definitely not, because you definitely have the right mindset to get your finances right.
And that's the key. That's exactly what happened. I was frustrated all the time because dealing with people and their finances, I had to get them into a mindset to really be able to focus on their finances. And so after a while, I said, I really need to transition into mindset and life coaching, because I can coach you in finances all day long, but if I don't really touch on your mindset and get your life together, you're going to be in a cycle all over again.
Most definitely. Tell us about Master Mindset and Master Life Coaching. Tell us about that.
So mindset is, I really focus on the things that have you stuck, the things that's in your mind. It could be low self-esteem. It could be what I like to call self-drive-bys, where you are self-intimidating. You're intimidating yourself. You're dealing with low confidence, all those things that stop you from being who you were designed to be. And so I want to deal with every single solitary thing that is holding you back and keeping you from living your destiny, living your purpose. And so that is the mindset piece. And then the life piece is really helping you to find out what your purpose is, and then get you on track so that you're able to really figure out what the goals are that's needed to get you crushing your goals.
Okay. So what are some very important tips that mothers could use when raising a child? Because I don't know. I mean, the mothers I had, my first mother that I had in the studio, she had 4 daughters. The daughters are phenomenal. She said that, don't get me wrong, nobody's perfect. We went through different things, but they all seem to have grown up and are very successful. But I think some parents today, and a lot of parents are young, they want to be friends with the children. And you're a parent first. You're a mom first. So what are some important tips that mothers could use when raising kids?
Well, Monique, one thing that you said is not being friends with your children. I don't believe in being friends with my children. I believe that is a boundaries that is crossed. When that boundaries is crossed, we mess up the children's lives, because they don't really understand that, I need to have these boundaries, and I need to be able to live my life honoring my mother and my father. When the tips that I would leave for mothers is that be very open, be very honest with your children as best you can without damaging the relationship, but always let your children know that you're there for them. Let your children know that you are a safe space for them. My daughter is 23, and I would say we have a great relationship. She's not my friend. I'm not her friend, but she tells me so much, or has told me so much about her life, because I've let her know I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to help you through your life, period. That's it. And so, I've always told her, tell me the truth. Tell me first. So if someone comes to me and says, did you know your daughter did this, this, and this? It's not a surprise to me. Yeah. And I'm able to support you in whatever it is that you need support in. So I really believe the main tip, the number one tip, is really having that open and honest relationship with your daughter.
And see, that leads to my next question, because I think some parents also feel, well, let me do the best friend thing so I can get information out of them, instead of just being transparent. So what is better? And you basically just answered that, to be more transparent with them.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Absolutely. And I don't believe you need to be so transparent to where they're using that information and saying, well, you did this and you did that, so I should be able to do it. But you want to be transparent to a level where they understand that even though you're telling them, no, don't do this or don't do that, you're telling them why, that you've actually lived that life, and that you're giving them the information that you have lived.
What advice do you give mothers and daughters that don't have the best relationship? My first guest said today, her and her 4 kids, 4 daughters, they stated that one of them said, forgive. You can't keep holding on because of whatever your mom did or whatever your mom's circumstances were when it came to raising you. So what would you say to mothers and daughters that don't get along?
I would say that number one thing is definitely forgive. And then also, Monique, to really see each other for who you are, who they are authentically, and accept them for that person. Don't try to change them to be someone else. Don't try to change them to be someone that they're not. And really accept that person and love them. Love them unconditionally and walk together through that relationship. Be willing to walk together hand in hand.
Most definitely. What are some words of encouragement or tips we can use in parenting first, and then in business for women? Because you deal with a lot of women in business. So give me parenting support tips we can use, and then give me something on the business side too.
Actually, you know what? It's going to filter from one to the other. It's going to be both. It's really being your authentic self. Because when you can be your authentic self, who you were designed to be, not your best version of yourself, not your best self. Because what I like to say, Monique, is when you're the best version of yourself, that person could have expired yesterday for all we know. So I like to tell people, so whether it's in parenting or whether it's in business, be your authentic self unapologetically.
You sound like my like my first segment I had today. You must have took notes from them. Somebody took notes from you, because they said along those same lines. Be apologetic. Don't be transparent. Know who you are. I think the thing is with some people, we don't really know who we are.
Right.
So
absolutely.
How can we fix that? Because if we don't know who we are, how can you be the best mom you can be?
That is a really great question. Finding out who you are, finding your authentic self is not an overnight process. And I like to tell people, even if you go through a program, say a 6-week program, 8-week program, you're still going to be doing work a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, because think about if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, there have been layers and layers and layers of society, community, family, all types of things that have been packed onto you. And so you have to go through and peel each layer off one by one, but do it in such a way that you're not scarred and you're not hurt. You understand? And so and even when you're going through that process, you have to keep in mind, Monique, that there are going to be people around you that have been around you that want you to remain that way. And so they're not going to be happy. They're not going to be, because they want you to remain the way you've been so that they're comfortable. So there's a lot that goes into really uncovering, I like to say, unveiling your authentic self. There's a lot that goes into it, but it is doable if you have the mind to do it.
Most definitely. So I like that. So give us your social media handles and how they can find you. And we're going to have to plan one day for you to get to Houston. Have you been to Houston?
I have. I've been many, many years ago. I've been to Houston, but I will definitely need, my husband and I will definitely need to make some arrangements to get out to be with you.
Yeah, we're going to have to definitely one day get you out here, but give us your social media handles and how we can find you, stuff like that, and what you have. What do you have next coming up for yourself? What do you have going on? Let us know.
Absolutely. I've made it very easy to get in touch with me. So you can do Linktree/Coach Karena. Very easy. Everything is on there. Just type that in and you can get in touch with me. However it is, it could be Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is, email, everything is there. And what I have coming up, I actually have a 90-day program coming up real soon. Mm-hmm. And so please get in touch with me about that. And I'm going to be talking about the unchained mind, really getting out there and getting all of these negative thoughts that we've been living by, okay, these negative thoughts that have been ruling us, putting them aside, being released from them once and for all, and really deep diving into our purpose.
That sounds good. I want to thank you so very much for being with us today, all the way from Virginia. I love the East Coast. I love the area. I got a friend of mine that lives in Virginia, so I have to make a trip up there soon because I haven't been there in a minute. But thank you so much for being with us today. So guys, when we come back, I'll be back in my home studio and I will have another phenomenal mother and daughter team up to continue this Mother's Day show. So we'll be right back.
$100 on chicken nuggets?
$100 on chicken nuggets. Really?
How'd you get in my house?
I'm with Wisdom Tax.
Wisdom Tax, so you can help me with all of this.
Most definitely. Looks like you need help in bookkeeping.
So what about maximizing my refund?
We can only maximize your refund if you get organized. Here at Wisdom Tax and Financial, we teach you how to be free. 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 Free.
Free? Awesome. So I can be free of these receipts.
Most definitely. Please give us a call.
Thank you. Can you free yourself out of my house, please?
Only if you promise to give us a call.
I'll give you a call. So I can be free.
Wisdom Tax. Learn to be free.
Okay, we're back now, guys, and we're back in the studio with another phenomenal mother to continue with our Mother's Day special and her lovely daughter. So please help me welcome Miss Elizabeth Jackson and her lovely daughter. Give me your name.
Raychelle.
Thank you guys for being here with me today.
Thank you for having us.
For Mother's Day. So I want to start with tell us about Embracing magazine, because you started a magazine.
Right.
You're gonna start off with that.
The magazine has been in circulation since I think 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So we have quite a few editions out. It was created to encourage the saved and inspire the lost to come to Christ, and with a lot of little different stories that would inspire others in life.
You have been a hairstylist in the hair business for 25 years in hair business. You've owned it for 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
What inspired you to go into beauty and hair and all that?
Well, ever since I was a child, I enjoyed making people feel good, and it started from just scratching the dandruff in their scalp, you know.
I used to do that too when I was little.
Mm-hmm. And it grew from there, and I think it also is a gift from God, because now it's been 40 years of me doing hair.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah.
And you gotta really love it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and my business been open 23 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about yourself, because you're your mama's twin all day long.
Well, I didn't pick up doing hair, unfortunately, because she spoiled me from baby going up. So I didn't pick that trade up. She used to tell me to stay out of, to stay out. But I feel like I have more of the personality of it. You know, I'm her face, I'm her voice. But she keeps me going. But else, I am a mother of 9, a very blended family. I am married. I have 2 grandbabies, 2 on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She ain't number 20 years old yet.
I love it.
What? How have you always had a close relationship?
Well, she's always been in my heart as my daughter. As you grow up, sometimes you get a little strained because, like the old people say, they start smelling themselves, So it kind of, but the love and knowing that that's my daughter, I didn't care what.
And she knew the bottom line, that's my mama.
Yeah.
And I gave her some challenges now. Look, I gave her some challenges, but hey, I got 6 girls. And those same challenges
is coming around.
So
that is true.
Yeah, it's very true.
And she tell me all the time, Mama, I understand now. And I'm so sorry, Mama. I say, it's all right, baby.
So I would say now it has become much more closer.
Yeah.
Because I had to learn and understand her teaching and her principles. And now that I have my children, it's coming full surface now.
And you like, oh, I know that my mama told me that, and now I got to do that with them.
Yeah.
What is the number one key lesson that you taught your daughter?
To always treat others as you want them to treat yourself. Put God first and love one another.
Yeah.
I know that's more than one, but there are many.
But those are the ones that stick.
And that's very important. Yeah. What have you learned from your mother?
Oh my God, grace. Forgiveness. Just standing strong, having strength, having courage for one. And I'm naming so many because there's so many qualities that my mother has taught me on how to be a strong mother and love myself so that I can give that love back to others. So I would definitely say that love, that emotion, that forgiveness, but also not to take no excuse my French. And stick to what you know. I'm sorry.
She the voice. I may think it. She says.
Yes, ma'am.
And stand in my beauty and be who I need to be.
Your face.
I'm sorry. I didn't say it all the way.
These guests are something else. Have you ever had a weak or low moment as a mother with parenting? And I could ask you that same question because you are a parent as well now. So have you ever had a weak or low moment that as a mother and with parenting? Because I think some people, I'm not going to name the show. I watch the show. I'm not going to name the show. But you have parents on there that will seek out that individual to give them advice on how to raise their kids. And I'm like, why?
Right.
That should come natural.
Right.
Yeah.
So have you, either one of you, because like I said, you're a parent now, have you had any weak or low moments as a mother or feeling like you're not a good mother and you didn't do a good job or you're not doing a good job?
There's a few things that I can see today that I would say I wish that I can go back and change. But I don't really know how to put it in words to describe how to make that change. But I can see that it could have been a change, you know, and that we was raised in church. I kept her in church. All of them was in church. So that was one thing that was not a failure to me that I feel. But as a mother, being a young mother at the time, I don't know. I don't know. But I have had some moments. I've had some moments. I just don't know how to express that.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
And she was a great mother. A great mother, like I'm telling you. As far as me with my mom, I'm sure that there could have been some areas that could have been molded a little bit. But, you know, growing older and you getting wiser, you can see where you taught your child. You can see where
The
I
little
wanted
things
to,
that you
may
learned.
wanted to tell them and didn't know how.
Right.
And then when you give that little time and that grace and you see, oh, okay, maybe they did get it. Maybe I didn't mess up.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe, you know, I didn't have to express it. Me as a mother, a younger mother, with growing with my daughters, I was my mother's only daughter. So, you know, she had that one time with me.
Yeah. You can repeat it.
I get chances, you
Yeah.
know, and I feel like that's a lesson in itself,
Yeah.
you know, because I still get to get another chance.
Yeah.
So within that lets me know that God still is giving me grace and mercy.
When I see that, I be like, man, I didn't get
that, right?
Yeah. You know, because again, it's like
And it was a different time.
It was, and that's the one thing that keeps me in the mindset that I am in, because I do say that it is different times.
Yeah.
You know,
And
so.
she still gets to get chances though,
Yeah.
because I don't keep her out of the loop of nothing.
Yeah.
Like I'm always, Mama, hey, so and so done. What we doing? Not what I do. What we doing?
You calling her for the plan.
I'm calling her for the plan. Or you know, the girls will call her for the plan because I have dropped the ball a few times with my girls and my boys and my girls. But you know, I've learned from experience to not give up and not be so hard on myself as a mother. You know, because I do feel times now that they're having their children. Because again, I'm a grandmother too. Now that they're having their children when my daughters are hurting and they don't know how to express certain things, and I want them to do more. I can already see where it's going.
Yeah.
And you have to stand back as a mother and say, you know what? I got to trust that my baby going to understand and grab what I did try to show her. And if not, when they're ready, let me go ahead and grab my baby hand. And then we're going to walk it together. We're going to learn this together. So if I didn't know, we're going to learn that together.
I just love her personality.
Much personality.
She is just so cute. So let's see. Since you the talker, you and your mama's voice, isn't that what she said?
Yes, that's what she
Okay.
said.
Oh, Lord.
So let's see how well you know your mama.
All right, come on.
What do you do with that? She's the best. So, what is your mom's top pet peeve?
Don't lie.
You
Okay,
wanna give me
another one,
another one?
saving money.
And I did initially say lie, but being accountable for
Yeah,
what-
being accountable.
Accountability. See, I'm on the spot because that's my number one
And
word
she-
too.
Yeah, because I did say lie, but then when you rephrased it
Yeah.
and put it all in a thing, yeah.
Being
She
accountable.
said being accountable, being
Yes,
accountable.
because I definitely teach that as a rule of thumb in my house.
What is your mom's favorite song?
Oh. Now, come on, Mama.
And you know what I listen to mostly. I know,
Well, I know.
right?
Don't give me no
I'm
hint.
not-
Listen, she done changed it up. Because she used to have surfboard. Okay, that may not be.
That is not the answer.
No, it was not. But okay, I'm
Don't
surprised.
tell her. Don't tell her.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, she switched it up.
Yeah,
because
big time.
I don't know.
She not
that
listening
one.
to surfboard no
No
more.
more. She not.
So,
Mama,
you want to take a guess?
Just guess.
Dude, Lord, she done took me down. Hold on. Is it a blues or is it gospel? Temptation.
Okay, we'll give her a tip.
Right,
Gospel.
it's in gospel.
Take me to the key.
Yeah. That was like, let's see what she gonna do on this. Let's see what you're gonna do on this last one.
Right. Okay.
If your mom could have any one thing in the world, anything, one thing in the world, what would it be?
That those that are lost give their souls to Christ.
That's a good one, but that's not an
That's
answer.
right. No.
She loved the Lord. She loved for you to be saved. One thing.
That was a good one.
Right.
That was a good one.
Right.
but-
She near.
And I want to say she actually said you probably would say that,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not the answer though.
Okay,
Right.
that ain't the correct.
No, that's not the
verbatim.
correct answer.
I guess for her children to know that how much she loved them.
Family.
I'm gonna give you that.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to her. I'm gonna give it to her.
Right.
She said one thing is to have all her family together.
Oh,
That's what she said.
Yep.
So before we close out the segment, both of you give me some words of encouragement you have for other mothers.
I would say respect one another. Mm-hmm. Know that they're not kids anymore if you have adult children. Treat them as that, and let them make their way in life, and you just be there if they fall to pick them up. Yeah. And don't be so judgmental.
And then for you, with having younger kids, what words of encouragement you give to a mother with younger kids?
Listen, have an open mind to your babies because they know what they want. They just need guidance. And so with younger children, they definitely need that support to build the growth. Otherwise, they will learn elsewhere, and then you got to come restructure again. So you might as well start early.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, give us your social media information.
Well, my social media, I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I'm the Elizabeth Jackson. Instagram is, I have a hair salon, interactive _ studio. I'm also an inventor. I was just telling Kris that I invented a product. It's Easy Needle Multi-Threader. You can find it on YouTube, commercial. Pretty much it, yeah.
I want to thank both of you guys for being here with me today in the studio, most definitely for our Mother's Day show. Guys, when we return, I will have none other than the CEO of Rated X, Miss Kris Bryant, that will be sitting with me. We'll be talking about her upcoming event and her journey with her mother. So we'll be right back.
Wisdom tax. Maybe I should give him a call. Oh, how did you get in my house again?
Now, you know I told you I'm with Wisdom Tax.
Well, I'm glad you showed up because I think I'm ready to get started.
Great. Look, I just need you to do one simple step. Visit our website online, www.wisdomtax.org. All right, fill out the application, and we'll get back to you, maybe even in the next 10 minutes.
Awesome. I'm about to be free. Look, this is amazing. You know, so what? Hello?
Call us at Wisdom Tax, where you learn to be free.
And we're back in our final segment for the Mother's Day show. And I have none other than the CEO of Rated X, the founder, my friend for, oh God, I think almost 10, definitely 10 plus years, Miss Kris Bryant. So thank you for finally being here with me today.
Thank you for having me. It's my honor to be here with you, sis.
And she is not only the founder of Rated X, she is a radio personality for GMT Radio as well. And she do a whole bunch of other stuff too, you know. So we're going to see if she going to act up with me today. So we're doing this Mother's Day special.
How do you follow that?
We're doing this Mother's Day special. And me and you now both share something where we don't have our mothers anymore. So tell us about your journey as a daughter, but also as being the sole healthcare provider for your mom.
The journey is it's a nice word. It's a good word. It's a clean word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a journey. It was difficult, but my life journey with my mom was difficult. But I use the word exciting because on the outside looking in, it was very exciting. Being a caregiver was
hard.
Very. It was difficult because, let me just be very transparent. My mother didn't raise me. I was raised by my grandmother. My mother suffered with mental illness, and we didn't find out till many, many years later.
And that's one thing me and you also share with our mothers.
So that caregiver journey was difficult because I had to find out things about myself that I wasn't aware of. I didn't know that I had resentment. I didn't know that I had frustration and anger. I didn't know that 4-year-old Krishan was battling with the adult Krishan, because now here it was, I had the experience of having to mother my mother who had made the decision not to mother me. So that was hard because I was mad and I was angry and I felt like, why I got to be the one to do it? You didn't take care of me, why I got to take care of you? But God.
Yeah.
And it, counseling, just a lot of prayer. And Rated X.
We're going to get to Rated X.
Yeah.
What was the number one lesson you would say you learned from your mom? Because you didn't have a close relationship growing up.
I'm not going to say we didn't have a close relationship. It's just the dynamics of the relationship were different. Because in actuality, my mom was my best friend growing up.
Oh, okay.
We grew up like sisters.
Oh, okay.
Because my grandmother would get in her skin just like she got in mine. My grandmother was very strong. And even though my mother was an adult, my grandmother, And then
that was
her,
still her mama.
Yeah.
So that was like.
And she didn't play. She still don't play today. In her 80s,
Yeah.
she don't, you bow down. You bow down. But watching my mom be reprimanded by her made it to where my respect for mothering or mother, that word mother was, there was a deficit.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I didn't understand it. But now as a mother, I get it. And I'm grateful for it. So, that it is what it is. That's what I learned. From that, that's what I'm going to say. You got to put your big girl drawers on. And you got to do what you got to do. Because at the end of the day, life going to happen. And you only get one mother.
Yeah, you do.
If I could just turn back the hands of time and have one more second with her.
We would.
All of the dismay, all of the hurt, all of the pain, all of the frustration, I would take it all again.
So you formed Rated X, and you're about to have your 3rd annual Rated X event May 8th. But tell us about Rated X, because I know why you formed Rated X and what it means, but you tell everybody else.
Rated X is my safe place. Because when I had to take on the responsibility of being the sole caregiver for my mother, because she had always been the black sheep, and when she was diagnosed with dementia, my family had already built up the walls. They were unbothered. They were over her and all the antics, and they were not interested. So it meant, I didn't have a choice. I'm gonna say that I didn't have a choice, because at the end of the day, who gonna do it? I'm not gonna let my mom be out here in this world with dementia, not knowing who she is from a day-to-day, being confused. I'm not gonna leave her out. I don't care if she didn't think this way of me. I thought enough of her to mother her, but to mother her. And mothering her meant diaper changes.
Everything.
Mothering, period. That was my baby. And Rated X had to happen. Rated X had to happen because it became my outlet. It was something that I could do, something I can give back, something I can take those emotions and energies that were so negative and turn them into a positive. And that's what Rated X stands for. It's Rated X. RX is the prescription for finding life's balance. You're taking negative stigmas and you turn them into positives. That's it, that's all. So I created a safe place where people can come and they can release. They can share, they can remove their mask, they can be transparent, and there's no judgment. And that's what Rated X is. All those negatives that we deal with, and especially after 2020, after the pandemic, after all the death, people need a safe place, and Rated X is presented to them. So I invite you to join me there, especially if you're a mother. But even if you're not a mother, if you're a sister, if you're a friend, if you're a man, if you're a woman and you're struggling and you just need a safe place, Rated X will definitely be there for you. And I'll be there too.
And it's your 3rd annual event, which is
Trinity.
May 8th. You so
Well, 3 hours.
Yes,
3.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't easy getting this 3rd one off. It's a long time coming. Rated X went to hiatus, remember?
Yeah.
So this is the rebirth.
Lord, what are some words of encouragement you would give to mothers and daughters that don't see eye to eye?
Be patient. Be patient. Be patient with your mother or be patient with your daughter, and don't judge. Understand, speak from an empathetic place. Remember that you were them at one time for the mothers, and for the daughters, remember, you're trying to get where she's going. So there's lessons to be learned there, and learn from each other and appreciate each other, because mom or daughter may not always be there. So enjoy and embrace.
So give us your social media handles. Tell us how, if someone wants to go to Rated X on May 8th, give us all that information.
Awesome sauce. There is an Eventbrite. You can definitely go to the Eventbrite, type in Rated X, it'll come up. May 8th between the hours of 1 and 5. That's the day before Mother's Day, so that's an easy way to remember. Don't worry about the date. Just know Saturday before Mother's Day, you need to be in the building. It's at 11002 Westheimer, Prime Art Gallery. Don't meet me there, beat me there. But with that being said, my name is Kris Bryant. I am on Monday through Friday from 2 until 4. _City Highlight Radio Show. Also, you can catch me every other Wednesday on Meet Houston with Mika Diamond and Latisa B.
There it is, y'all. I want to thank you for finally being here with me. You got to come back because we have to do a mental health show. So I definitely want you to come back. So, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and I'll be back to close out this show.
Hi, this is Willie Adolph of the Adolph Group at Equity House Properties. I'm here today to talk to you about home purchasing. You know, so a lot of times people want to know, where do we start? When do we start? How much do we need to save? What does our credit score need to be like? Can I really move in now? And the answer is yes. The thing is that you want to get pre-approved first before you even go house shopping, because what you wouldn't want to happen is that you find the perfect home, but the bank won't qualify you for your mortgage. So always get pre-approved first. So find a good lender, which we are having a lot of resources for you on that. Second, you want to make sure that anything that's on your credit, if it's something that you can work with, let's work with it, because everything on your credit, you know, it depends on what it is for each mortgage company. And third, once you get that pre-approval, now it's time to go house shopping. Now, Willie, what about the money, the down payment and things like that? Well, they have a lot of programs that's out there. So based on your credit will depend on the down payment assistance that you can receive. But we do have a lot of resources and a lot of things that can help you. And everyone with the Adolph Group will hold you by your hand and walk you through the whole process. So you can contact us at www.theadolphgroup.com or 281-451-7087. And remember, when you have will, you have a way.
I would like to thank all my guests that were here with me today, all my mothers and their phenomenal daughters, also Miss Kris Bryant from Rated X, as well as in my home studio with our life coach out of Virginia, Miss Calhoun. So if you would like any information on any of our guests that was here today, please contact the Our Life TV Show at ourlifetvshow@gmail.com. And also like, follow, share the Our Life TV show. You can catch us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on the OnPoint network. Also on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Xbox, AT&T Now, and in the Houston area, Access Cable, 17 Comcast, and 99 AT&T Uverse. Until next time, guys, always empower, always encourage. Pull up to the table without fear, but with confidence, and continue to remove your mask.